Hi guys, welcome back to my room. Today, of course, as you can tell from the fucking video title, I have some tea for y'all. As you can tell from the title of the video, let's just say it's been a couple of rough weeks. It's been rough, it's not been cute. I've been messy. I have been a messy girl. Oh, face bit done by me, by the way. Oh, look at that. If you want your face to be done, just head over to my Instagram. I'll link it down below at monthly101. I'll link it down below. So relax, sis. I got you. I got you, sis. So I'll be eating ice cream as I talk about my experience. I'm trying to lighten the vibe generally from an otherwise dark mood. Like on a serious level now. When I went back home after the whole ordeal, my bro was there, Peter, my older bro, was there asking me, yo, where have you been? What's up? Why do you look so down? Are you okay? And I was just like, I did what I had to do. Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions, sis. I did what I had to do to make it happen. So anyways, guys, say hi to my strawberry ice cream. Imagine, okay, first of all, I have to say, I was supposed to be consistent with my channel. I really tried at first. Trust me, all of y'all who watched the previous videos, you were there to like witness me being consistent, just staying, I was up to date with all the deadlines I had to meet in terms of posting videos. But then whatever happened, and then it took such a toll on me. Like it was just so tough for me to deal with. Mpaka, oh, okay, very good. Stained me. Like I couldn't look at life the same. I'm a virgin. I was ruined. But seriously speaking, yeah, it took a toll on me. I couldn't even like make videos for such a while. Like I gave up on my whole journey as I tried to recover from the whole experience. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The day was a Friday. So guys, the day was a Friday. It was, of course, after lockdown. But it happened with Juicy. It wasn't long ago. It was just Juicy. It was like in start of August or like late July. So who am I? I'm like, yo, my birthday is coming up, so I have to, do something extraordinary. I can't be ordinary, sis. So I took my bro's car, knowing that I still don't have my DL with me. I took the car keys late at night, by the way, knowing that curfew, like lockdown, has already started for the night. And I went for a spin around Nairobi, around where I lived, and hey sis, tell me why nikajipata paka Rift Valley viewpoint. I don't even know directions. Like I was just driving randomly. But then what happened, and I got a puncher. The devil intervened. He was like, not this gay nigga again. Not this time, you gay nigga. So I got a puncher. Since I was scared. First of all, long story short, I only have one other note to tell you guys. If you have a puncher, my bad, because you're done. You're done. I found out the hard way that a puncher cannot be changed by like one person. It is the driver himself. It cannot be changed. It's tough, sis. It's tricky business. Sis, just getting the tire out of the boot was a whole hassle for me. I don't know why it was too heavy. Like in my mind, I was like, we're back on the road. Before cops watuone sahi, tukiwa curfew. I was wrong. Nilikwamia part ya kutoa tire kwa boot. Hapo ndo nikakwama. Imagine sis. Even before I damn began changing the tire, I got stuck. It was too hard. Like I couldn't even take the tire from the boot. Seriously, guys. Before you know it, like, thing is, I thought it is angels had come for me less than 5 minutes later because a cop car pulled up. Of course, them jitters, like, Nile, what do you say? It's those proverbs that you put in your composition. A chill ran down my spine. Immediately I saw the cop car pull up next to mine. Ooh, I rhymed. I rhymed again. Anyway, the cop car pulled up. I was so scared at first, but then they were just so friendly. They were so nice. They were like, "Oh, mekwama." The car my bro was driving is a company car, so it's branded all through. So they were just concerned generally. They thought I was running errands for the company late at night, even though it's illegal. And they were just concerned because they also saw that I was really young, so they lended a hand. They lent a hand to me. Too bad, sis. Too effing bad. I wanted my downfall. Y'all don't support me. You want my downfall, sis. Y'all don't support me. You don't want to see me win. Y'all want my downfall. And when they had pulled up, I acted my straightest. Like I was ready to get out of that situation because I was not about to catch L's late at night, knowing that I'm late in the curfew. Like, I don't have my DL, sis. It's a mess. It's a whole goddamn mess. I was at their mercy at that point. So I acted the straightest. I was like, "Hey, mama majama," of course without this whole face beats, although it's heavenly. It's extraterrestrial, I know. But like, then I was scared. So we talked. They're like, hi, mambo, what has happened wrong? Oh, no, umepata pancha. Let me help you. All the time, they're talking while they're having the guns, the AKs. Imagine. So I was on my best behavior. I was like, I'm on it. Hey, nimepata kapancha kiasi. Nikifanya business, nikihustle, nikigrind. Nisaidieni tu kiasi. And they helped me, imagine. They helped me, sis. They were so nice. There were like four whole policemen. So they changed the tire. What I could not do, they did, sis. And that was like the bare minimum. I could not do even the bare minimum, sis. I know, sis. I know I could not do the bare minimum. So they helped me with changing the tire. They got me back on the road. But then, of course, the tire met the road. No pun intended, sis. Their leader, let me just call him that. Their leader entered the passengers, the co-driver seat right beside me as I was trying to pull away. And then he was like, now chuck something. We can't just let you go like this. We've hustled. You know you're in the wrong to begin with. So we'll help you out. Just chuck something and then we'll let you go. I'm like, okay, sure. Of course. I knew that. You don't gotta remind me. I knew that. It's fine. He got in the co-driver seat while his mates, like 3 other people, got in the pickup, the cop car, right behind us. So because as I was driving away, like trying to pull up, because imagine I was 10 minutes away from home. I got a puncher 10 minutes away from home after I had driven back at Athi River viewpoint. Imagine I got a tire puncher 10 minutes away from home. 10 minutes before pulling up to my own block, sis. If that's not the devil, then I'm a whole witch, because that was demonic. Oh, we're driving. I'm like, okay, now we're talking to this leader of theirs. Well, the cop car is right behind us. And I'm like, okay. I'm just there driving. Mambo, okay, I know I just need to pay you, but like imagine, hey, sijalipwa bado because I've been working late at night. I was working, and he's asking questions about my business, about where I was going, what type of company we have, what product I was taking, and it was just a whole Q&A. Sis, before I knew it, I don't even know how it happened, by the way, because to me it was just so natural. It wasn't a big deal. Me being an effeminate man, yeah, it wasn't a big deal. His hand the whole time, tangu he got in my car, his hand was on my seatbelt like this, just clutching, talking to me. He's like, yeah, imagine like you're driving while a cop's hand is literally on your seatbelt like this. To me, it was weird at first, but then I was like, okay, he's Kikuyu, so maybe it's not a big deal. Like maybe it's just maybe I'm overreacting, I'm overthinking. You know, I'm just too bougie for this basic. I'm too bougie for this basic, sis. Wish I wasn't. Because I would have known the signs way, 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 way earlier, sis. Because as I was driving, his hand wasn't leaving my seatbelt, and that was being problematic. I don't know why, but it was just uncomfortable for me personally. But then I understood, I was like, I don't know these traditional norms, it's fine. Maybe this is just like, maybe Kikuyu men are just affectionate naturally. They're not in any way trying to send a message to you. Maybe they're just naturally, like as brothers, effeminate. I was wrong, sis. Tell me why I was wrong. Because I never been wrong, but I was wrong that night. Late July on a chilling night, I was wrong. He started asking me personal questions like, oh, my full name, where I really stay, even the like small road we take. He was asking for the title of that, like the name. So all these questions, his hand still holding my seatbelt, I just knew something was off. But then I was like, okay, maybe he just wants more money. Maybe that's just his way of saying, sis, uko kwa danger if you don't chuck more money. So I was like, okay, oh, and I knew I just ain't got no money. Thing is, we were talking. He asked for the bribe itself, and this is what happens. I'm like, niko nasema unataka how much? Nikusaidie? Niko nayo by the way, niko nayo. Ni wai na 2K itatufunga macho tu. Leo ni siku mrefu, watu yapata biashara mingi tu. Toa tu 2K. 2000 pekee. Umenifanyia poa. Sis, I was broke. I was as broke as ever, sis. Like a man in a wheelchair, I was broke. I did not even have like a cent on me. I didn't, sis. I knew. Like, I just knew I had nothing on me. I knew I was in deep trouble because the cop car is behind me. This guy is literally holding my seatbelt. So I knew I'm going to have to replicate the Koinanga Street because I ain't got no money. But like seriously, I was broke and I knew it. So I was just trying to, I thought if I was like extra friendly to him, he would let me off with a pass. Too bad, because Alisa, how like he wasn't ready to play around, listening to my excuses. He was right there asking for money, 2,000 for the 4 of them, 3 in the cop car behind us and him. I knew I didn't have that money, so I talked. I asked him about his day. Oh, you look stressed. You have wrinkle lines. Uko poa. And he was there like being ultra friendly. Like I really thought we did something. And it worked to some extent because he lessened the 2,000 bob bribe, 2,000 shillings bribe to 300 bob. 300. Since I worked. And still, I just knew deep down, if I'm from eating porridge for dinner and I was about to eat sleep, I knew I was broke. I ain't got no money on me, not even a cent, sis. Like I was. So even that 300, I was trying to lessen it down to 0 shillings with a hug, maybe with like a thank you so much for helping me in the punch out because you did all the work. Because I couldn't. Why? Because I'm gay, sis. I'm weak. I'm a sissy. He pulled through and he refused. He said, no, you have to chuck 300. 300 is the least I could do for you. So I'm like, okay, sawa, let's talk. It's fine. I'll find 300. And remember, okay, I don't have 300 on me right now, but najua iko chini ya kitanda, I promise. Iko chini ya kitanda by the way. Yeah, the 300 iko hapo. Niko na acha nikupatie, acha tufike tu nyumbani. Iko pale mbele tu tunafika. And then before you knew it, we were at home, pulling up literally like we were 5 minutes away from my destination. That is my bed. I was ready to call it a night, like I had flopped that day by the way. Before you know it, I'm here driving. This guy just puts his slob on my knob. Like he was just making out with my fucking cheek. He was making out with this left cheek of mine, giving it his all, sis, as if there's no other time he'll ever get, like no other chance. Which is true, by the way, because there was no other chance. He just got me slipping. That's why he took advantage. Before you know it, I'm here driving, yeah? I'm like, tuko pale, tunakaribia. He's like, I know he didn't. I just know he didn't. Sis, he was making out my cheek. Me, I'm here driving like, no, ni bado ni mtoto wa baba. Mi ni mtoto wa mama, sis. This is not happening. His tongue is not on my cheek. Like, I just felt his hair, like his beard hair on my cheek, just brushing it, and like that rough area on my area, and I just knew, this is it. It's actually happening. Okay. I played it off. Like, naturally, my instincts just told me to play it off as if it didn't happen. Maybe like he would have just done that and like taken back the 300 claim he had to my money that I did not have. So I was like, okay, maybe just make out my cheek real quick and I won't pay him the 300. I just want to go home. We're so close. I'm done. Like, I'm done. And then no, he started telling me things about, after I reach home and get the 300 from underneath my bed. Because it was under my bed anyway. No, it wasn't. We all know it wasn't. I don't have any money on me, sis. I ate porridge for dinner. I got no money. God's on you. Turns out, the joke was on me. He was making out to my cheek. He started going down to my neck. Sis, just make this grown-ass man that I saw from the jump, because he was so helpful to me. Like, to him, I just saw from the jump, as a father figure. Like, he just saw this young person working late at night, trying to get trying to grind for his own future. And he was like, okay, let me just help this young nigga just once, yeah? He's learned his lesson, let me help him. I was wrong again, sis. Again, I was wrong. He wanted to. I'm not even about to say what he wanted to do. Like, it was just messy. But he was on to me. Imagine a person you see as a father figure. Just picture anyone. The first person who comes to your head after you picture a father figure, like the title, a father figure. Now picture that father figure on your cheek, making out with it, going down to your neck, trying to give you hickeys, the Kikuyu version at least of hickeys. It was just a mess, and I was scared. I was just feeling messy. I was tired. It was a long day. I'm just from dealing with a puncher. Like, I've been through a lot. I was through a lot that night, and I just regretted. The first thing that came to my mind was, did I really need to take my bro's car and going for a spin just because my birthday is pulling up? Did I really need to do all this? Because now I'm paying for it. It ain't cheap. It ain't free. Sis, it's not free. So I'm like, okay, I'm pulling up at home. We've reached to my car. Let me just go. We'll just see what happens. Whatever happens. Because I knew I didn't have any goddamn 300 bob underneath my mattresses. All I had was poverty and more sleep to go to. I was broke. I've given him my cheek as payment for catching me late at night with a puncher past curfew. It's done. But nope. I saw the cop car still behind me. I tried to hint to him, okay, now can I drop you off? Because I'm about to enter my home. Can I drop you off here? We call it a day. Maybe I'll give you my number knowing that I'm just going to block him. But like, maybe nitakupatia number, unaweza nifikia. I was like, nope, wacha tufikishe home, nione pale unaishi. I'm like, nataka kuona pale tunaishi? Ni sawa basi. Ni sawa. Lakini mama amelala, sijui kama atafungua. Atafungua lazima muone pale sawa, ni sawa. Ni maisha. Ni sawa. We pull up. I park the car exactly where my bro had left the car. his car. Like I had the whole night planned out that I was gonna go for a whole ride, for a short ride by the way. I don't even know why I caught myself at the Riverview Point with a car late at night. But like that was the plan. I go with the car for a short ride, I come back and park it exactly where my bro did, so that there are no questions asked, suspicions. You get? Too bad I did the same thing, exactly parked where my bro had parked before, right outside the gate. But this time there was a cop car behind me and a man right next to me, his hand on my seatbelt, making out with me. Actually, he had already finished chapter 1 of collaring the chick because he had munched it out. Sis. This side was dripping. I still don't have a close relationship with this chick as I do with this one, because this one is torn up. Sis, this chick was mutilated. So I parked the car. I'm like, okay, let me acha niende pesa na kuja sawa. There's no goddamn money. But I was like, okay, nakam. I was just trying to erase all possible doubts that he would have had to let me go on my own to get the money that's of course there, so that he can let me go on my own without accompaniment. So it's like, oh, unakam, twende. As I opened the door, he said, mini polisi, niko na bunduki, siwezi ruhusiwa kwa apartment. So uende tu pesa utanipata hapa. Hamwezi ruhusiwa? Wait, kwa serious. Hamwezi ruhusiwa kuingia kwa apartment ya watu? Sawa, nakam. Bingo, sis. I hadn't even said heck. I was like, wacha niende pesa. Kitu yako kukula, nikulie kitu ya kukula kabla mimi mwenyewe nikule. Wacha niende pesa wewe. Kama wacha niende pesa. Man, I'm not coming back, sis. There's no money. I was so happy he said that, because I ran up those stairs. Actually, even before I reached the stairs, sis, I ran up to that gate. Even when I was walking, like when I just walked right past the car, right in front of the car while he checked, I told him by the way to toka kwa gari ndio nifunge, ndio nikipata do nikukuletea haraka, si ndio? Hakuna kungojea nikuendesha lock gari kwa immediate kitu haraka. Poa, acha nitoke. Lock, confirm, locked, it's locked. Like, kama unakam, ningoje, nakam. Utanikula leo, si ndio? As I was walking past him, I literally had to like act it off as if I'm actually legit, while his boys were there eyeing me behind me. So that no suspicions, remember, no suspicions were about to be raised. So as I was walking past him, I was like, where's that money? How many nimeka wapi? How nimeka huko? Where's that money? Nimeka wapi? Knowing there ain't no goddamn money. Not even a cent, sis. Hata kuna 50 bob ya kumfunga macho, not a cent. Nimepunguza bribe kutoka 2,000 to 300, and I couldn't even pay the goddamn 300, sis. I was broke. He was a rap. I knew. Nikipatikana ni hivyo. Too bad. Another one off the streets, because too bad I ain't going home. I'm too broke. Thank God he bought it. He was like, oh, okay. Oh, natafuta pesa? Poa. Immediately the watchman opened my gate. I just told him, naenda home, naenda kulala. Sasa ni usiku, sasa ni saa 8 hivi, si ndio 2 a.m. in the morning. So nikaa kuna mtu mwingine atakuja. Imagine, so funga mlango. Usifungulie mtu. Wale wengine nimeona watu wanakaa kama majambazi hivi huko nje. Usifungulie mtu, sawa? Promise. Poa, tuonane kesho. Good night. Knowing sis, I cannot have those cops coming into my house late at night. What would my mom say? What would my bro say? What would the rightful car owner say? I was about to take any more L's than I did. Right now, remember, by the way, my cheek is still dripping of saliva. Imenyonywa ni kama ni matiti ya mama, like a new mom. Imenyonywa, I can still feel the slap on my cheeks. It was messy. It was a whole goddamn mess. I just knew there's no money. So I went to the rooftop. I looked past where I had parked to where those watches were, those askaris were, those policemen, yeah, and I could see them still in their cop car waiting for me to come through with their money, which I told them, it's coming. Sidi tu mea tatu. Hiyo niko nacho na kitanda inakwanga hapo. Nakam. But we already know. Is it coming? Uko sure inakam? Uko sure inakam wapi? Uko sure? I was just there watching them, waiting for me to pull up with their 300 bob. Others was gonna get harassed. Knowing that while in the car, this askari who had left, the one who was making out with my cheek, he had taken the virginity of my left cheek. He had further plans. I just knew it. Immediately, if I had gone back and given him that money, he would have had other plans. He would have forced me to do something with him. So I knew it was messy. I couldn't go back down. But then there's no money to begin with, so there's not much to work with. It's not like I had a choice to go back down. It's not like I had a choice, sis. So I was waiting for them. They're waiting. Sis, 30 minutes passed. They're still there. I'm like, wow. What are they about to do? Knowing that I hadn't parked the car inside the gate. Because remember, I had to park it exactly where the rightful car owner, my older bro, had parked it, so as to not arise any suspicions, right? So the car was at their mercy. Thank God the angels finally came through. Because I was in hell for a whole hour or two. I was in hell. The angels pulled through. They decided, this guy is not coming. 2 hours later, mimi niko hapo tunaongoja waende. Au nangoja nikuja na pesa. Tunangojana tu. Tumojane basi. Inakam. Pesa inakam. Maybe they were picturing as they're waiting, niko kwa kitanda hapo chini nikitafuta 300. Hakuna pesa. Niko hapo kwa rooftop nikiwangoja waende. Are they gone yet? As I tried to nurse my wounds, and they left. I'm like, wow, thank God. Like, I just needed to take a breather. I even thought they would they would have taken the tire that they had just put, for me, like helping me out. But they didn't. Like, they just waited for a whole hour. I didn't pull through. They pulled the car away and they went. Thank God, sis. Who would have known what would have happened if I had that 300 to pay them off, or was like if I didn't convince them that I do have money to begin with. Sis niliwakorogea hapo kizungu, no wasini doubt. Otherwise I would have been like them prostitutes on a Friday night, busting these cheeks open, sis. That experience, I don't even know where to start. It was just so unexpected. It's literally been weeks, and it's just so bizarre to me. Like, it's otherworldly, it's unreal. Like, I can't even process that an old man, especially a father figure, someone who helped me with my puncher, who I thought Kenyans, that we were all Kenyans, brotherhood and all that. Nope. He had already found a way to take advantage of me. I felt so disgusting. I felt so, I don't know, just repulsive to the whole situation. I felt so nasty. Imagine, I couldn't hack. My brain couldn't process it. I felt like I had been raped. And that's a big word to use. I know, because rape victims are the ones who've gone through the real mess that's out there. Like, I can't even compare myself in any way, even the tiniest way. I can't compare myself to them, because they're the ones who actually gone through the worst. They've seen the devil in their eyes, like, straight up. Because I, just being my cheek, just being touched without my consent, just, licked. My cheek was sucked like a whole goddamn titty, sis. So I can't even try to put myself in someone's shoes, especially a rape victim's shoes. Like, wow, I felt so stained. I felt like I was mistreated by the world, not by that person, but that person stood for the whole world, metaphorically. People really are walking around in this world feeling justified to other people's bodies. And I knew I was in the wrong. That's why I couldn't to fight for myself, to whip out my phone and snap and say, oh, guys, and like, make a whole IG live fighting for my rights. I was driving past curfew without my ID, without my driver's license. I was in the wrong. So I felt like I was at their mercy. I felt just, it's either life or death. Like, I'm at their mercy. They could do whatever they want with me, and I couldn't defend myself. I was on the wrong. So like, I took the L. I took the goddamn L. And I still don't know how to process it these days. I felt like I needed to make this video to just put my experience out there, because something in me, my gut just told me that I may not be the only one who's gone through this, because this cop was so quick with it. Like, he just held on my seatbelt from the first second he got in the car, outside the radar of his bros, knowing that they are in the cop car behind us, outside of plain eyes view. He put his hand on my seatbelt and he already started the sexual advances with that I did not want. And he knew that I was like young, like I'm a kid, yeah? That was the first time I considered myself a kid. I was like, nope, wachata nisinguzwe, alchemist, I'm a kid, sis, I'm a child, don't touch me like that. I felt like I literally had put myself in such a sexually compromising situation. Late at night, at 2 a.m. in the morning, these old people around me, cops, to make it worse, and to even make it more worse, they had a whole AKAs, AK-47s across their shoulders. So to you girls and boys who've been touched without your consent, who've gotten advances from people you did not even just picture in the wildest of dreams, thank you for still being alive. Thank you for forgiving, not for their sake, but for yours, for your own peace of mind. For me, I'm still dealing with it. Sis, I need therapy. A whole sis needs therapy. I thought I was a baddie, but I'm not. I'm not. Because I reached at home, I was just like, don't ask me what happened, Susan. Just open the goddamn door. I did what I had to do, Susan. I have nothing more to add. I'm just grateful for life. I'm grateful that I was not raped. I'm grateful that I've been able to sort of count my losses. I put myself in a position of sexual predators. I escaped by a whisker. I'm very grateful for that experience, by the way. Facts. With that being said, the first thing I would ever advise any one of you is stay safe. Don't be out lurking late at night past curfew. I took an L. I took more than L's. I took an L on my cheek. I took an L here on my forehead. I took an L on my soul, sis. I've been through it. I've been through it, sis. To that man still waiting for that 300 bob. In a cam. With that being said, I don't know. I'll end this video randomly. Thank you guys for watching. I just want to share my experiences with you, especially ones that are really problematic to the Kenyan society. If you want to see more content, just, you know what to do. You know what to do. Whatever questions you may have, if you want me to sort of dive into more of this topic, if you want us to have a whole ass forum, I would for you guys. Thank you guys for watching.